So I am by no means an Instagram expert, but I know a lot of you guys have been asking questions about Instagram basics, and I do know enough about Instagram to kind of give you guys some ideas on how to build your business. So for those of you who are like brand new to Instagram, I actually did not have an Instagram account until I started It Works, and it was about 2 weeks after I joined the business, maybe 3 weeks, that I got an Instagram account, and I had some Facebook friends. And so when I started Instagram, I was starting from scratch, and I think I had 34 Facebook friends who I added to Instagram right away. And then from there, I was building my my network completely off of my business. So for me, it's a business account, but you're going to see that it's not very businessy at all. So I am going to share my screen here. This is just going to take a second to pop up. Okay, so here is the logo, obviously the icon for your Instagram account. I'm just going to click in here and you're going to see my profile. Some things as you are setting up your profile, you want to make sure that you don't have It Works anywhere in here, okay? You want to make it seem like you are a person first and foremost. So these are some of my interests that I have going on. You can see that I don't have It Works distributor splashed over here. If you want, you can put something like business owner or work at home mom or things like that, but you don't want to like lay it out there that you're an It Works distributor, because it will turn a lot of people off immediately, okay? So you can see you can actually edit your profile here. You can change your profile picture. I highly recommend that you have your face in here, because this is going to be how people are going to relate to you. So, you know, as much as our dogs and our pets and everything else are important to us, you want to make sure that your face is your profile photo. And also, you want to try to avoid multiple faces in here, okay? So people, when they see this, they want to know who you are. So if you can, make sure that your face is in there so people can easily identify you. Because this is very different than Facebook, because mostly strangers are going to be your Instagram followers. Unlike Facebook, where you may have met friends, college friends, and everything else, it's a different world with Instagram. So you want to make sure that people are easily able to identify who you are. Next, you have this top one is your name, and then this here where this little head is, that is what is called your handle. And you want to make sure that your handle is the same on Facebook and Instagram. If you happen to have Twitter, Pinterest, everything else, you want to make sure that you have the same handle. And so you can actually change this. On Facebook, you can change your handle in your Facebook account as well. And basically what your handle is going to do is that is going to be how people can tag you in things, okay? So on Instagram, you can put the little @ sign in front of this and be able to tag someone. Now, if on Facebook, let me just share my Facebook really quick. Let me close some chat windows I have going on first. On Facebook, if you are on Facebook, it's going to match. So you can see facebook.com. And then if I did a / here and put Sarah's Life Song, that is going to lead right to my Facebook page, okay? So you can see that is my handle on Facebook as well. And so if you go to Twitter, if you go to Pinterest, it's the same thing. And you want that to be the same so if someone can find you on Facebook, they can find you on Instagram and things like that. If you happen to need help on figuring out how to do that on Facebook, just let me know. It is part of your profile settings, your account settings, that you can change that. With Facebook, you need to be careful though, because you can only change it so many times. So really be diligent about what you think as you're thinking through what you want your handle to be, so that you aren't constantly changing that. Okay, let me go back to sharing my screen. Does anyone have any questions about that? So back to the profile here again, if you can add emojis in here, obviously for readability, it's not a long paragraph. You want things to be just quick that you can look at, and then your information as well. So that is your profile. Oops, I clicked done on my laptop like it's controlling it. Okay, so then the second thing, as you are adding people, it's okay if you don't have a large network right now. Like I said, I happen to start with 34 friends. I hit the 1,000 today. I'm kind of on and off with my Instagram business, but right now I'm actively working it. So you want this number to try to get between 2,000 and 3,000 followers. It is going to take work. And I'm not saying that you can't sign someone if you have less than 2,000 to 3,000 followers, but that's kind of like the ideal number in Instagram world for you to be taken seriously. Now, there are different opinions from ambassadors. Some ambassadors, you're going to look and they have 10,000 plus followers and they prefer it that way. For me, I still want to make it seem like I'm a person and not like, when people go to my page, I want to be relatable to them. I want to be that person who comes to the business and says, I can do this too, because I don't have, 10,000 followers. I only have whatever it happens to be. I want this to be relatable to them. So for me, and I know it's the same with a couple of the ambassadors, that's my goal, is to try to get it there. Oops, I'm sorry. But one thing you want to make sure of as you are building your network, oh gosh, did I freeze, guys? How long? Long? Okay, so try to get 2,000 to 3,000 followers is your goal with the business. But one thing you want to make sure of is that the number of people that you are following is not more than the number of people that you have following you. For example, if you have like 1,500 that you're following, but you only have 300 followers, what does that look like? It kind of makes you look a little lame, right? And people who go to that are going to see the same thing, that you're following just a ton of people, but you're not interesting enough to be followed yourself. So you always want to make sure that you are, sorry guys, blowing up my phone. So you want to try to keep that so that your following number is lower than your followers as you are going about. And I will show you how to unfollow people so that you can see that. And then as you go down my page, you can see there's different things that you can post about. So here is food. For those of you who are in a group chat with me, you know that we might be expanding to Asia. So I'm kind of using my Asianness to my advantage here to try to add friends. So just that was my dinner tonight. Again, here, if you can see, this is actually an It Works post, but does it look like it? Here I am waiting for prelim commissions to be posted for this month. I can't wait to see what it is. But then you can also see, do you happen to see this? Gosh, guys, sorry. If you happen to see this little blue button here, that means that there's multiple photos, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So if you happen to see, these little empty circles here, that means you can actually swipe right, or swipe left, I'm sorry, and you can add a different photo. So, these less appealing before and after pictures, the income disclosure chart that we should be having, you can hide it behind something else so that it's not so obvious, okay? And then obviously pets, I don't happen to have kids yet, so my bird happens to be out there quite a bit. And then here's a product post that I have, yet at the same time it's at my desk, so it makes it seem a little relatable, okay? And then here, this is a Starbucks picture, okay? So it looks like I got Starbucks, but look here. This actually turns into who's ready to earn some income from your phone using products you love. So, tying it into your life so that it's not join me, join my team. You don't see a lot of that. And also another thing that gets a lot of interaction is quotes, okay? So you can add them into. So then when you, So when you look at my Facebook here, there's a couple of things here. I have product posts, but it's not screaming it works, right? And that's kind of what you want to avoid, because people want to actually be friends with you. Yes, it's a business account and I have Instagram solely for business purposes, but the people that I want to be following are like me. I can see myself becoming friends with them. And so this here should be a snapshot of what I like. I'm a bird mom. Here I have scripture, so obviously faith is important to me. Here I've been drinking a lot of coffee lately, so that's kind of showing itself. So you can see all of these different things that I like. As I go through, there are times that I do a worse job of kind of hiding my business a little bit. So this gets a little salesy and spammy, but then, sorry, hope I'm not making you sick here. Okay, but you can see overall, like this picture here was asking them to join my weight loss group. Here I am working out. So here is a ton, it's like 5 in a row of business pictures, but it may not necessarily look it from the outside if people were to scan my Instagram. Okay, so just some ideas of how to post. I was actually listening to it's going crazy. Can you guys see those notifications? You probably can, can't you? Okay, so some things that you can post. They say that it's the 6 F's. Family, okay, so if you want to be posting your kids up there or fun with your family. Friends, so you can see I have, pictures of me with teammates in here and things like that. Family, friends, fun. I clearly haven't been having a lot of fun lately. Freedom, like what the business provides for you. Food and fashion, and then quotes, but quotes isn't really maybe famous sayings if you want to have it as an F. They get a lot of interaction on Facebook, and so you can continue to like build your brand that way. And I also heard today, one thing that you want to post about as you create your story is where were you, where are you now, and where are you going? So a lot of these posts can be, like if I had my bird picture here, I can say something along the lines of, I remember those days that I was working 12 to 14 hours outside of the home, and missing time with my husband in my first year of marriage. Now, as much as my bird might drive me crazy at times, I'm so thankful that I get to be at home. I'm working with my dog and my pets with my husband across the way so that we don't miss moments together. Obviously, it's a little easier to do with kids, but the same thing with family. And so you can tie that in about where you've been, where you're going, or where you've been, where you are now, and also where you're going. So maybe at that point I can say, I'm so thankful that I get to help teammates return home to their babies and fur babies as well. Knowing that, now in the future, this is something that I want for my friends as well. Okay, so as far as posting, how often can you post? On Instagram, you can post about every hour without people getting annoyed with you. One thing you don't want to do is post like 10 pictures in a row, one right after another, okay? That's kind of a turnoff with some people, so maybe you're on vacation and what you want to do is use the multiple photos option so that you can post all of your photos at once. And people don't like it when they're scrolling through and they have like the same person over and over again. So how to find your way around Instagram. You're going to see on the bottom here, hopefully you guys can see on the bottom here. Oops, I just closed the window. What did I just do here? I have this box that's like right in the middle of my screen. Okay, sorry guys. This little home button at the bottom, hopefully you guys can see that. It's cutting. Can you see the home button on yours? Is it showing the full screen? Okay, so this little home button on the bottom is where you are going to find like the equivalent of the Facebook news feed. Okay, so here, these are all of the posts from my friends, and sometimes they throw a sponsored link in there as well. But these are all of the people that I follow, okay? So you can see here, this one's a sponsored link. Sometimes I like going to those sponsored links and following the people who have liked this. If it's a sponsor, like a sponsored link that would appeal to me, I never click on them myself, but I will go to followers. So this is kind of your way to scroll through and see who you're following here, okay? Also on the home page, you are going to see this little camera at the top left. That is how you are going to add to your story. Okay, your story is like the equivalent of your day in Facebook Messenger, where anything that you put in your story is going to, sorry guys, you see yourself right now. You can take the picture, you can add text to it, you can add some filters, you can do boomerang with that, but your story is going to be things that you have posted in the last 24 hours, and after they go away after 24 hours, just like your day in Facebook Messenger. So that's the top left camera. And then also in the top right, a lot of people don't know this, but this is your direct messenger in Instagram, okay? So here you can specifically message people. So maybe you want to start a conversation. You can just go to this little compose button, and you can either type in their name or their handles. So maybe I'm looking for Becca right now. I'm just going to send a message to Becca. Okay, so there, you just select the name and go to next, and then I can write a message to Becca. Oh, it's not showing it on my screen. Okay, so then I can, oh, there it is. Okay, so hi Becca, you look beautiful. And then it's going to show up in your direct messages. You can send links in Instagram, but you cannot send your It Works link. So maybe you want to send a link to a YouTube video so that they can watch a 15-minute video or something. You can send them now, you just can't send them a direct link to your It Works account, just like Facebook, because Instagram is actually owned by Facebook, okay? So a lot of the things you're actually going to see are similar, but you can send people photos as well. So maybe you want to send them, you know, like a product or whatever, product info. Maybe you want to send them before and after pictures. You can send video through that as well. Okay, so now if you're really new to Instagram, you might be wondering how to post. It's on your little menu here, it's the add button in the square in the middle. And so here you can make your post for the day. Okay, so here is a little baby flamingo. So I'm actually going to send this and make a post. Oops, I kind of went a little fast here, guys, so I'm gonna go back. Instagram actually has some filters, so maybe you want to change up the color, make it look a little pinker, okay? I normally use Clarendon because it brightens up my photos. I use some of the others, you know, if I'm having a bad face day or whatever it happens to be, but normally I use Clarendon as my filter. This one I'm actually going to keep normal, okay? So you can see where you can add the filter. If you want to add multiple pictures, I forgot to go over this. You can see here, you can either do a collage, or if you happen to see these little multiple pictures here, this is where you can add more than one picture. So maybe I want to add, what else did I see? I was at the atrium yesterday. Oh, this one, look at their feet when they are like literally down low, okay? So it's actually the same baby flamingo. So now you can see I selected multiple pictures and it's actually going to show two, okay? of this baby flamingo. Once I do that, I'm just going to hit next. It's going to ask what filter I want for the first picture and then what filter I want for the second picture if I want to change that up at all. And then click next, and then write a caption is where you can write your caption. So here I might say, Jake and I took our niece to the National Aviary yesterday and saw this cute little one. Baby flamingos look so strange when sitting. Okay, so then I will hit OK, and that's my post. And then what I'm going, and share. And then what you're going to do is you are going to want to hashtag this. And what the hashtag is going to do is it's going to kind of give you like a label for your photo. Okay, so I might want to put National Aviary. It's in Pittsburgh, so I might do Pittsburgh, PA. Flamingo, baby flamingo. And then I might do baby bird. So cute. And then fun day with family. Oops. What happened here? Okay. And if you notice here, I actually had the post and then I made my hashtags down below that, okay? So because I was using my keyboard, it cut up some of the hashtags. That's okay, I'll fix those later. But what you want is you want the caption to actually be different than in a different, you want to comment your hashtags basically. And you will get the most interaction if you do about 11 of them. Okay, so you can choose different hashtags. Now, hashtags that you don't want to use would be things like if it's an It Works post, you don't want to use It Works. You don't want to use like the common ones that you would find. Weight loss, you know, fat fighters, because people aren't going to know to search those things, okay? You want to be doing things like weight loss journey, food diary, you know, workout day, or push yourself. Things that aren't so spammy, okay? So if you think that it would be something that, you know, who is going to think to look up It Works unless they happen to know about It Works already? And then there are going to be, you know, all of these likes and comments about it. So you want to make sure that you are selecting hashtags that are appropriate, okay? So that's how you post. And then what you are going to want to do is make sure that you go and you follow people. So at this point, since I was at the National Aviary, this is a great hashtag that I can actually post, okay? So you can see I made a post here, but then that one's in Canada, so I might not do that. This bird was so cute, okay? So this was actually a bird that I saw yesterday at the National Aviary, okay? And so I might comment and say, caught a glimpse of him yesterday. Thanks for sharing the photo. He moved too fast before I can take his pic, okay? So then that person knows I was there. So, you know, you can comment anything. So I'm just saying, saw this little guy yesterday. He moved too quickly for me to get a pic. Thanks for sharing. Okay. And then this happens to be a guy, so I may not follow him, but you can see this Gracie Evans that is at the aviary. So I'm going to go and follow her. So there's that baby flamingo again. So at this point, because I just made that post, they're going to go and they're going to say, okay, who is this person? And then they're going to see that baby flamingo and they're going to be like, okay, she was there yesterday. And the chances of them following me are a little more. So I don't tend to add men, okay? So I'm kind of just going through here and choosing who to follow. I can't tell if that's a guy or a girl or not. Okay, so there's actually a lot of guys on here, but I might choose something else. Like at this point, I do want to show you something else. You can actually go to your search option that's right next to the home option, and you can actually search, it's not here, is it? Guys, help me out for a second. Where can I find place? Oh, if you go up to search, you can actually search places, okay? So maybe what I want to do is in here, instead of searching the hashtag National Aviary, I'm going to search the place. And I can select that. And then everyone who checked in there is going to pop up here. So just another option for me to follow people. So that's Lucy Engelman was here today. I'm going to go and follow her. This A.G. Porter person was here today. So I'm going to go, you know, and then you can actually go through and you can follow these people who were there yesterday. And so you're going to see, I'm just going to add and follow a ton of people. Okay. And this is what I do. I just go and follow. So you can follow, you know, things that you like, places that you've been. Different things like that. Okay, so you can see here at this point, my number is getting a little higher, okay? I'm at 781, okay? Say I was at 1,081. Oops, yeah, you are, Patty. You can unmute yourself if you need. There's a little unmute button. I'll get back to that in a second. I'll open it up for questions. I just want to show you this. So now you're wondering, how do you unfollow people? I use an app called Followers. Becca, if you want to type in the name of what you use, okay, this is what it looks like. Sorry, I'm going fast because I'm running out of time. This is the Followers app. It looks like this here. And when you go to the Followers app, Followers is for Apple users, for iPhone users. So you can see here, these are the people that unfollowed me, okay? I have 27 new followers. I have 19 people who unfollowed me, but I also have 169 people who are not following me back. So what I'm going to do is go to these people that are unfollowing me. These are the people that I just added. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, okay? And what I'm going to do, these are actually people that are my friends and I don't want to unfollow them. So I happen to know that Boniel Trudeau is my first person that, okay, so Bonnie is an ambassador that I want to follow. She's upline. So what I'm going to do is, starting above her, I'm just going to go and unfollow, okay? And you can do 60 per hour and then it's going to stop you. So this is just what I'm doing. I'm going and I am unfollowing, okay? So you can see you can add people really quickly. You can subtract people really quickly. And at this point, it's a numbers game. If you do this a few times a day, then you are going to get your followers up fairly quickly, okay? So that's what I did, and you can see it went from 781 or whatever down to 735. Okay, I'm going to stop my share really quick and unmute all of you guys. Do you have any questions?
Hey, Sarah.
Yep.
Is there a limit on the number of people you can add to following a day like there is on Facebook with the number of adding friends?
You can add 100 per hour.
Okay.
Yep.
And do we still have time to go back and show me how you showed how to edit the profile, but I don't know how to get to the profile to edit it.
Yep. So when you go sorry, let me share my screen again. I should just keep this on. What you are going to do is you are going to, did it share the wrong, oh no, here it goes. Okay. So you are going to, once it opens up, it's going to open up on your page, but you can click, you see it here, edit profile.
Okay.
To get to your profile, it's this little person on the far right is going to show you your own.
Okay.
Okay, the far right is going to show you your own Instagram account. The little heart to the left of that is all of the oh gosh, what's it called? All of the notifications that you have. Okay.
Okay.
You can see this guy, he's one that I didn't choose to follow, but you can see since I commented on his, he went through and he started liking my bird stuff.
Right. Okay.
Technically, I can probably add him. He would probably follow me back at this point since there's interaction. But like I said, I'm pretty choosy about who I follow and who follows me back. So, okay.
I have a question.
Yeah, Danny.
So, I've always been doing my hashtags at the bottom of my post, not in the comments. What is the difference?
They say it's not as sloppy, like
okay,
have them separated. A lot of people will also do like the periods to separate it a little bit so that people just don't see your hashtags.
So if you do share it to Facebook, then you have to go into Facebook and do the same thing. If you wanted the hashtags there.
Hashtags on Facebook are completely irrelevant. That's something I learned from someone. Like they literally do nothing on Facebook.
Right. No, I know that.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, you know, because like on my kids' posts, like I do hashtag in their name. So like if I wanted to, you know, if I still wanted to do that, would I share it to Facebook and then do it then?
Yeah, share it to Facebook and then come back and comment the hashtags. Basically, you can see here, this is what it looks like. On Facebook, you can search your post. So because of that, because you can search posts on Facebook, why hashtags are irrelevant.
Okay.
I'll actually, if you want to have more questions answered, you can just pop onto the same link. I know some of us are going to Bonnie's thing. I do have time to answer questions if you need. It's going to boot me off. But you can see here, this is what it does. You see here, I have my caption, and then it says view one comment. So basically, when I have it in the comments, it's not showing up under here, hashtag, 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 hashtag. And that's what it does. Okay. Did I answer your question, Danny?
Yeah, you answered it. I guess so. When you went in there to comment, were you actually pressing hashtag and then typing it, or it just knows that that's what you wanted to do?
Yeah. So I just did hashtag Korean food. I just did all of this stuff. Okay. So when you go to comment, like even at this point, if you wanted to add another, just do the hashtag. So maybe I want to do hashtag bird mom, even though it has nothing to do with post. So then at that point, you can see it there.
Okay.
Is that what you're asking?
Kind of.
You're saying you want your hashtags to show up on Facebook?
No. What I'm asking is, are you actually, when you're going into the comment, are you actually pressing hashtag, or are you just typing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same as like doing it in the, like if it were actually in the post, it's the same thing. You're just separating it so that it's in the comment.